All right. So for foam rolling, simple things you can do. Just one, you just need a foam roller, and then two, just a clear space that you can pretty much just roll around in. But to start off, you always want to start off just with your back. So what you'll do for this is you'll just go ahead and just sit on the roller. And so what you're doing is you're driving your hips into the ground as you get to your back. And then it's almost like a seesaw, all right? So as you go down, I'm driving my hips into the ground. And as I get to my mid back, I start to posture up. And then I have my shoulders on the roller. So as I come down, I drive my shoulders into the ground. As I get my mid back in, I bring my hips up. I go up and down. So just like a seesaw here. You should feel a couple cracks and pops when you do this. It's perfectly normal. Like just a nice way to just essentially adjust back. But what you're doing is you're just rolling out the upper body, the lower back muscles. So that's a good way to start. A second place where you'll go to is going to be your glutes. For this, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and sit on the actual roller. You'll use the opposite arm to pivot or to actually posture up, to hold yourself up. And what you'll do is I'm going to start off on my right side. So I'm going to bring my right foot up over, crossing here. I'll extend my left leg. I'm going to go ahead and lean into that right side. Notice how I use my arms here. So I'm going to use my right arm and my left foot to help me go up and down on that glute area. So your butt has like essentially the side part and also the middle part, which is the meaty part. Well, you want to end up like rolling back and forth until you find pain. I know conventional wisdom is like, hey, it hurts, run away from pain. But with this, you're looking for pain. And what that is just your muscles are tense. The pain shouldn't be sharp. It should just be more of like, hey, that hurts. It feels uncomfortable. But once you find that area, what you do is you'll pivot your hips left and right to hit different areas of your glutes. Once again, going up and down, left and right. That way you can maximize what you're doing in different parts of your glutes. All right. So obviously you have two sides, so make sure you do the opposite side, doing the exact same thing. Third thing you can do for your body with a foam roller is get your hamstring. So you'll have both hands behind your back, your legs are relaxed, and you're just going to go down and up. Now there isn't going to be very much pain or anything here. You won't probably feel very much just because the majority of your weight is being supported by your arms. All right, so all you're doing is going to move back and forth. If you do want to just target one simple side, go ahead and favor one side. I'm going to do my left leg. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent, and I'm actually just kind of using my right leg to kind of just post up. I'm not really doing very much with it. I'm using most of my arms. This does help to just favor one side. Another thing you can do is you can cross over the same way that we did for our glutes, except this time you're using it for your hamstrings. Just the body weight of your leg is what's going to give more weight for this hamstring. So once again, we have our back, we have our glutes or glute, and then we have our hamstrings and your option to do one or two. Now this is going to be the most painful one, and it's our quads, right? So our quads are going to be painful just because we're quad dominant. We use our quads a lot when we sit, when we get out of the car, use the bathroom, all those types of things. Like we're very quad dominant, so these are going to be the most tender. Best thing you can do for yourself is to start off the top of your hips, work 2 inches down, come up to the beginning, 4 inches down, back to the beginning, 6, and so forth. But you want to give yourself enough room, maybe about 2 inches above the knees. You don't want to actually roll on your knees when you do this. You just want to go about 2 inches above. But once again, you want to look for those painful spots. Once again, it shouldn't be a shooting pain. It should be like very uncomfortable. Okay? Trust me, you'll know once you've hit it. So, the way you can do this is, once again, I'm going to start off with my hips. I'm going to go up on my elbows. All right? The lower you are, the better it is for you. You can pop up onto your hands, but you're not going to get the most out of using the foam roller. Once again, you want to be on your elbows. And you'll just use your elbows to help you move back and forth. So as you notice, my legs are just dangling, they're relaxed. And I'll just kind of army crawl my way up to work towards, once again, my middle of my quads, the top of my quads, and eventually get about 2 inches away from the top. Now, it's similar maybe what we did with our hamstrings and our glutes. You want to work all of the areas that you can to really hit those hard to reach spots. And so think about pivoting left and right. Maybe shift your weight over to one side, shift your weight over to the other side. You want to look for those painful areas, and you want to sit on them for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And then once you've finished your 30 seconds to a minute, then you want to go up and down to alleviate that pain. So what you're doing there, once again, there's like a knot, there's just some like lactic acid, it's just like trapped in there. What you're doing is you're essentially going in there in the same way the suit weight, you're just going to go in and relieve those muscles so they relax. And with all that, number one, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. Two, you're going to improve your blood flow, and then three, you're going to improve that recovery time. So all the stuff that we're doing with working out is not so much like you have one great workout. It's about having multiple good or great workouts consistently over time. And same way with nutrition. It's not about eating well one time. It's all about all the added effort that you did over a course of X, Y, and Z time. All right. So think about doing this at least once a day. You want to do more, that's fine. You do before your session, then after the session. But if anything, at least do it after your session when you're already warmed up. It'll be a little bit easier to do. This thing's literally like $10 to $20. You can grab either this long one that I have here, or you can have one that's half the size. Regardless of what you choose, get one. It's like I call it a cheap person's massage. You can get one every single day versus going out and hiring a masseuse, which costs a hell of a lot more than just this one-time payment of like $10 to $20. All right, so I hope this video helps. Give me some feedback if you need more help and some more demonstrations, but let's go do work.